Yes, well, she covered some of the questions that I was going to ask as well. So I have an additional question to that. So when we have some developments, let's say we have zoning for up to 4 units, and they decide to do, let's say, 2 units, do they come back and can they, like, how is this like that? Because sometimes we say, it says up to, the zoning says up to, but we're not required to approve up to that maximum. Or they're not required to build up to that maximum either.
No, when they say up to, what that means is they may not be able to fit 200 units there. So the actual number is going to depend on how much of that land can be developed, taking into account that they have to have land set aside for retention, open space, et cetera. And maybe Chris can chime in here, but there's no guarantee they would get the 200 units.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Commissioner, where the up to comes into play is for the future land use designations. That's where you have the up to, so low density is up to 4 units an acre. So that's kind of an upper limit for the project. But then again, in this case, you have a PD that had a bucket of entitlements that were approved, 30 years ago. And for whatever reason back then, developers would come in and ask for a certain amount of units, typically enough just to stay under the DRI thresholds. But they didn't necessarily know that they would actually build or what would occur. So they may have built more, 100-foot lots instead of 50-foot lots. And so they didn't use as many of those units as they thought they would. But the way it works is when you pull up that PD zoning, it has those 304 lots still left over as approved. But as Joel alluded to, you still have to be able to fit them. The oddity here is usually a built-out project, there's no place to put anything. You may convert something to commercial by doing a transfer of the trips from residential to commercial. The challenge here is you've got the golf course and you got the open space. So there's actually some place where you could potentially put something in a project that's 30 years old. Usually that's not the case when something's built out. So that's where we're in a little bit of a different position.
Yeah, but if we are not guaranteed that amount.
That's correct.
So the way I see things here, this, as you all said, our comp plan could go either way, either in the favor of the applicant or the favor of the citizens. So we have an opening here to go either way. And then I think either way we vote, it's going to go to court anyway. So it seems like that would be inevitable.
So I know that the district commissioner has been working with the community as well, but it appears to me, Commissioner Gomez